and on the top your company code has been over here reflected. Now over here you can take up over here your own chart of account. If not, you can search the options from over here, what was your chart of account, in case you don't remember the code. So over here we can select this 1000 is a chart of account. We can select this on double click, and then once you have selected, you have to click on the save option so that the company code can be linked to the chart of account. So click on the save option and your chart of account has been created. And in that case you can select on so that the configuration can be taken up on this particular request. Clicking on to the continue option, and you can see the data was saved, means your company code has been assigned to the chart of account. So in this way you have to create your own chart of account, and later on you have to assign your own chart of account to the company code. Both the options are there to work with the path as well as the transaction code, as we just seen on a screen. The next is creating account group. Again, creating account group, there are two options, either to go with the path or to go with OBD4. So now I will be using directly the short form, that is I will be going directly with the transaction code OBD4. So you can continue with /n. /n is used to exit the present screen, and if the transaction code has been followed by it, that means it will take you to that particular transaction code screen. So selecting and putting up over here and then putting enter on it will take you to the account group screen. Sorry, the screen is somewhere logged, just give me a minute. Let's start again. OBD4. Okay, enter. So this takes me to the screen of GL account group. Now you can see over here number of chart of accounts are already created and different groups are there, like fixed asset group is there, profit and loss, liquid fund, general ledger fund, material management, reconciliation account. So it varies from client to client what kind of a groups they want for their own organization and how they want these to be taken up so that their reportings can be done accordingly. So this is what will be provided to you through the client, but you need to explain the client the concept, then only they will be able to give you the groupings of their financial statements in which they want to divide it. So over here, to create the account group, we will be moving to the new entries part. Click on the new entries, and you can see a new screen has came up with you and it is totally blank. So you need to fill it with your chart of account first, that is 1000. Then second is your account group. Now account group basically is the sub part, or you can say the short name of your name, account group name. So over here in account group you need to fill a maximum of 4 characters. It will not take beyond that. So suppose I take it as ASST, and this basically means the description can be written over here, that is assets. Now if you want to create your account group, let's move to the same screen as we did. So a while back we discussed about the account group. Now this account group is what we will be creating in the system. So moving up over here, for assets I will be assigning the range from this to this, that is 1 5 times 0 to 1 99999. So this is what I assigned for assets. In the same way you can assign for liabilities, and for liabilities suppose I take it as LIAB as a short form, and the long form I can write it over here as liabilities in full, and I will be taking liabilities with the initials as 2. So it will be 2000000 to 299999. Same way I will be putting up for income. And for income, as in the screen, the range is with the initial is 3, so I will be taking it as 3 00002399999. Same way we'll be moving to the expense part. Now moving to the expenses, it is initial is 4249999. So once you have named this group, you can save it. But mind it, this is the groups which means, it basically means I have divided my financial statements into these 4 groups. If you want, you can group your financial statement in n number of groups. It's depending upon your requirement, how you want and how you take your account group to be. So that is it is all about. If you want, you can divide your groups. Even you can divide your assets in different parts, like current assets or non-current asset. Current asset can further be grouped, subgrouped as cash account could have a different range group, bank account could have a different range group, sundry debtors could have a different range group, and the rest can be given as non-current assets. So in the same way, you can divide your non-current assets, other current assets, and in the same way you can divide your non-current assets or your liabilities and income and expenses. So this is what you have to do, and once you have created these groups, you can save it over here. Once you save, your account group is created, and that is what you have to save in this in the request. So this is what has been created over here. So moving to the next is to come back to the main screen, and now we can move to the next step, that is document splitting. Now for document splitting, there is no transaction code, you have to go with the path. So let's go with the path. To start with the path, first I have to run the transaction code as PRO, enter. Now I will go to the IMG screen, then to the financial accounting new, and then as per this particular path, general ledger accounting new, and then to the business transactions. So general ledger accounting new, expend, business transaction expending, and then to document splitting, and then to classify GL account for document splitting. So over here, document splitting, expend, then to classify the GL accounts for document splitting. So over here you have to explore, click on the symbol and it will take you to the next screen. Over here you have to fill your own chart of account. Now you can see the screen which comes up in front doesn't have any data on a screen. This is what you have to create, because this is our configuration. That means every configuration has to be created by us. So going to the new entries part, click on the new entries, and now you need to fill the account from and to again for all the account group we just created. So there are two options, either to fill it manually or to go to the account group where we just created it. We can directly copy those numbers from there to here. So we'll be going to a new screen with this option over here. Click on this and a new session, a new screen will be presented, and this screen will be in text. So going to the new session, run the transaction code OBD4 for account group. As we can check, in this, that the account group have the transaction code OBD4. So moving up over here, We can run the transaction code OBD4, enter, and it will take you to the account group. Now over here you can see our chart of account was 1000, which we just created, and the groups which created were asset, expenses, income, and liabilities. Now over here we can copy this group from and to, which we need in the document splitting part. How can we copy? First you need to press Ctrl Y. As you will select Ctrl Y, you can see the cursor symbol will change. So it became a plus sign now. Once you got this plus sign, then put on from where you want to copy and drag it till the data you need to copy. Once you dragged, leave it and press Ctrl C. Once you do the Ctrl C, the data will be copied, and now you can move to your next screen to this, and you can Control V over here, and the data will be copied. So that has been done from there to here. And now we'll be, as we discussed in when we are discussing the topic of document splitting, that the account groups are assigned with item categories, and this is the item category which decides that which account group will go to whether the balance sheet or the income statement. So to select the item category, will be over here in this particular category option, as you can see. Now we'll be looking after to the option which we have to select. As you remember, the initials 1 starting with from this to this is for assets, so we'll be selecting first the options related to assets. Let's have a look. Now in this you can see there is a balance sheet account option, zero balance, company code clearing, cash account. In the same way there are a lot more. There is an asset option over here as well, but mind it, this particular 7000 asset refers to fixed assets, not all assets. So we cannot take this as an asset over here. So what can I take is balance sheet account. There is no other options for me. So if there is no other option, you have to take the balance sheet account. So double click on the balance sheet and it will get selected. Same way for liabilities, it was from beginning with the initials as 2. You can see over here as 2 for liability. So going to the liability part, again over here you can look after to the options if there is any liability option is there. You can see there are certain more options: cash, customer, vendor, cash account, withholding tax, taxes, material, assets, but these are subgroups of it. I cannot take any of these as a total liability. So for total liability group, I have to go to the asset balance sheet account again. So select the balance sheet account. Now we'll be moving to the next is initial as 3, and the initial with 3 was referred to as income. So we'll be going to over here again to the options, and you can see for income there is an option of revenue in it, and we'll be selecting the revenue for income, as that is the sources of revenue for the company. And then the 4 starting with 4 digit are related to expenses. So we'll be going for the options and we'll be selecting the expenses from over here. So once these all things have been selected, your document splitting is ready. This part is the most important part, because on the basis of this only the system updates the values to the financial statements. From here, with the help of the item category, the system decides that the ledger account with 1 is marked with the balance sheet, so the balances will go to the balance sheet. The ledger account with 2 is with balance sheet, and 3 and 4 is with income statement, and accordingly that has been assigned as a revenue or income.